In this documentary, we explore how Brave New World mirrors our world today through technology, pleasure, and control. Every day, we wake up surrounded by screens, systems, and technologies designed to make life easier. But in the process, they also guide what we buy, believe, and even how we feel. The tension between comfort and control is exactly what Aldous Huxley warned us about in Brave New World. And to understand the parallels, we first need to see how our own world is shaped by data, entertainment, and constant distraction. Chart 1 reveals a distinctly modern pattern, our emotional dependence on constant digital access. While a phone dying is a minor inconvenience, the data shows that nearly 2/3 of participants experience a negative response. The significance is not the event itself, but what the reaction represents, a shrinking tolerance for interruption, boredom, and uncertainty. Similar to Brave New World, where citizens react with panic when their stability is disrupted because they've been conditioned to avoid discomfort at all costs. Our data suggests a parallel, that emotional resilience is decreasing as constant connection becomes the norm. Losing a phone isn't just losing a device, it's losing access to communication, entertainment, navigation, and stimulation. This chart is an early warning signal. Our frustration at small inconveniences in life may indicate a society trending toward comfort-based happiness, the very structure of the world state. What was interesting, though, was that in some ways, while we are similar to the world state, a lot of the data showed that we are different in many ways. In the world state, people define happiness as pleasure, comfort, fun, and everyone belongs to everyone. But in the survey, when people were asked what does happiness mean to them, they responded with contentment, feeling whole, family, friends, love, purpose, nature, peace, and connection to others, the real emotional depth that the world state does not have. Additionally, when people were asked to define suffering, many people did say suffering was hardship, loss, and pain, but also they did say that suffering can help them grow. Many even agree that discomfort helps them grow. The world state, in contrast, refuses suffering. They erase it with soma, they fear it, and they are conditioned to avoid it. What I found most surprising, though, was when people were asked how they handle emotional discomfort. I was thinking that majority were going to say scrolling on social media or distracting themselves, similar to how the world state uses soma. However, about 70% either reflect on it or talk to someone to handle their emotional discomfort, which suggests that we still value human connection, self-awareness, and personal growth, the opposite of the world state. When I first designed this project, I expected to find clear evidence that our society mirrors the world state, that when people feel stressed or uncomfortable, they immediately turn to distraction, technology, or anything that keeps them feeling too deeply, similar to soma. But what I actually found was more complicated. Yes, we do prefer comfort. Many people admitted that small disruptions, for example, a dead cell phone, can throw off their whole day. That sensitivity to inconvenience does reflect Huxley's warnings about a culture built around ease and stability. But when I looked at how people responded to emotional or mental discomfort, something very different appeared. My data showed that most people don't try to numb their emotions, they try to talk to others and they reflect. Then, they try to understand what they're feeling. That is the opposite of the world state, where discomfort is treated as a threat and emotional depth is erased through conditioning and soma. This contrast tells us something important. Our relationship with discomfort is not one-dimensional, because on the surface we love convenience, we avoid chaos, and we prefer things to be smooth. And in that way, we do resemble Huxley's world. But internally, we still believe that discomfort can be meaningful, and we still see value in the struggle, reflection, and growth also seen by the pie charts. And that belief is exactly what keeps us separate and different from the world state. In the end, we have some similarities to the world state, as we're drawn to ease and predictability even when small disruptions unsettle us, and in that way, we do value comfort. But the difference is just as important, as we haven't given up on the idea that discomfort also has value. The world state tries to avoid, abolish, and extinct any form of discomfort that their citizens may feel. But here, people seek connection, honesty, and reflection when something hurts. They don't run away, and they see value in it. My results show that we're not living in Huxley's future, but we could be influenced by it if we ever decide that comfort matters more than growth.